I thought it would be the trip of a lifetime. Instead, it nearly took my life. That's what my 73-year-old neighbor told me after his dream vacation to Italy turned into a $47,000 medical nightmare. One wrong step on those ancient cobblestone streets, and his retirement savings vanished faster than a canceled flight. But what if I told you his story isn't rare? What if I told you that thousands of seniors are risking their health, wealth, and independence every year because no one warned them about these hidden dangers? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 deadliest travel risks for seniors over 70 that the travel industry doesn't want you to know about. And trust me, the last one shocked even me, and I've been researching this for years. If you or someone you love is over 70 and planning to travel, what I'm about to share might be the most important information you'll hear all year. By the end of this video, you'll discover exactly how to protect yourself or your parents from these hidden dangers. Stay with me until the end, because at minute 14, I'll reveal the single question you must ask before booking any trip after 70, one that could literally save your life. The shocking reality about senior travel. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how travel brochures always show healthy, smiling seniors sipping cocktails on cruise ships? Never the ones fighting for breath in foreign emergency rooms or losing thousands to scams targeting older tourists. There's a reason for that. The global senior travel market is worth over $15 billion annually. But here's what they're not telling you. Emergency medical evacuations for seniors cost on average $50,000 per incident, and over 30% of travelers over 70 experience a health emergency abroad. Now let's get into the dangers you need to know. Danger number 1. The hidden medical emergencies that strike without warning. Picture this. James, a healthy and active 74-year-old, was 4 days into his dream Caribbean cruise when crushing chest pain struck out of nowhere. His regular doctor was 1,500 miles away. The ship's medical center wasn't equipped for cardiac emergencies, and they were 8 hours from the nearest port. I always thought, it won't happen to me, James told me during our interview. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Almost literally. By the time they helicopter evacuated him to a hospital in Miami, James had suffered permanent heart damage. His insurance covered only a fraction of the $83,000 bill. And the worst part? His doctor later told him a simple pre-trip checkup would have detected the warning signs. But here's what makes this truly frightening. As we age, our bodies become medical wildcards. Did you know that flying increases blood clot risk by 26% for seniors? Or that even mild dehydration, common during travel, can trigger catastrophic health events in older adults? For seniors, conditions that are manageable at home can become life-threatening emergencies abroad. Blood pressure medications work differently at high altitudes. Heat exhaustion hits seniors 4x faster than younger adults. Seemingly minor falls can cause internal bleeding due to blood thinners, and stress from travel itself can trigger dormant health conditions. One doctor I interviewed said, "When I see a senior patient who's traveling, I immediately become more concerned. Their bodies have less reserve to handle emergencies, and away from their regular medical team, things can deteriorate rapidly." But don't click away yet, because knowing these risks is just the beginning. I'll show you exactly how to protect yourself in just a minute. First, let me know if this information is helping you. Comment "Safety First" below if you're learning something valuable. And let's move on to danger number 2. Danger number 2, the invisible threat that targets seniors specifically. Remember how our parents always told us to wash our hands? Turns out, they were onto something, especially for travelers over 70. What many seniors don't realize is that after 70, your immune system weakens by up to 50%. This means infections that younger travelers shake off in days can become life-threatening pneumonia, severe dehydration, or worse for older adults. Think about this. The average airplane tray table contains 8 times more bacteria than a public toilet. The typical hotel remote control, over 13,000 bacteria per square inch, and cleaning staff rarely sanitize these items between guests. Margaret, an active 76-year-old grandmother, thought nothing of her cruise to Alaska until day 3, when she caught what seemed like just a cold from another passenger. 3 days later, she was in an Alaskan hospital with severe pneumonia. Fighting for her life, thousands of miles from her family and regular doctors. "I never thought a simple cold could put me in intensive care," she told me. "At my age, apparently, there's no such thing as just a cold anymore." But here's what makes this truly terrifying. Studies show that seniors who contract serious infections while traveling have recovery times up to 4 times longer than younger travelers. And with each infection, your overall health can permanently decline, what doctors call the stair-step effect of aging. The dangers are everywhere. Airport security bins harbor more cold viruses than public bathrooms. Buffet food sitting at unsafe temperatures can cause severe food poisoning. Local water that doesn't bother residents can trigger devastating digestive issues in visitors, and crowded tourist attractions are essentially petri dishes of global germs. Dr. Sarah Michaels, a travel medicine specialist, told me, "For every senior patient who asks me about exotic diseases like malaria before their trip, I wish 10 more would ask about the mundane threats like influenza or norovirus that are far more likely to ruin their vacation, or worse." This brings us to a critical question. Is traveling after 70 worth the risk at all? The answer might surprise you, but I'll come back to that. First, let's talk about danger number 3. If you're finding this eye-opening, hit that like button and type "still watching" in the comments. It helps more people like you find this potentially life-saving information. Danger number 3, the silent energy thief that derails senior travelers. Have you ever returned from vacation feeling like you need another vacation? Now imagine that feeling multiplied by 10. That's what many seniors experience after travel, and it's more dangerous than you might think. I call it the recovery gap, and it's the dirty secret of senior travel that nobody talks about. Here's the truth. After 70, your body's recovery ability plummets. What does this mean practically? A healthy 40-year-old might bounce back from jet lag in 1 to 2 days. For a traveler over 70, full recovery can take 7 to 14 days, sometimes even longer. Richard, a vibrant 75-year-old former marathon runner, learned this the hard way during what was supposed to be a relaxing 2-week European vacation. By day 3, I could barely keep my eyes open during tours I'd paid hundreds for, he shared. By day 5, my legs were so swollen I couldn't get my shoes on. And by day 7, my wife wanted to cut the trip short because I was so exhausted I couldn't enjoy anything. The most heartbreaking part? Richard told me, I spent more time napping in overpriced hotel rooms than actually seeing Europe. And when I got home, it took nearly a month before I felt normal again. $30,000 basically down the drain. This recovery gap creates a dangerous cascade effect. Exhaustion leads to poor judgment and increased fall risk. Sleep deprivation weakens immune function by up to 30%. Physical fatigue makes seniors more vulnerable to scams and theft, and the stress of pushing through can trigger serious health events. What's particularly insidious is that many seniors blame themselves rather than recognizing this as a natural consequence of aging. They push harder, sleep less, and take more risks, creating a perfect storm for disaster. Dr. Marcus Chun, a geriatric specialist, explained it this way. The body after 70 is like a phone with a battery that doesn't hold a charge well anymore. You can still use it, but you need to be much more strategic about energy management. This brings us to a critical question. How can seniors travel safely without ending up exhausted, ill, or worse? I'll share the answer soon. But first, let's explore danger number 4. And trust me, this one catches even the most careful seniors off guard. If you're still with me, type "Energy Matters" in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to hit that button and turn on notifications. The information coming up could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Danger number 4. The balance between adventure and injury. One second, I was walking down those charming cobblestone streets. The next, I was in an ambulance. Just like that, our $12,000 dream vacation turned into a $65,000 nightmare. That's what Linda, a healthy and active 78-year-old, told me about her trip to Italy. She had walked 3 miles daily at home without issues. But those picturesque European streets? They sent her to surgery with a shattered hip. Here's the shocking statistic nobody tells seniors. Travelers over 70 are 48% more likely to experience a serious fall while traveling than at home. and the consequences can be devastating. For Linda, that single misstep meant emergency surgery in a foreign country, a cut-short vacation with no refunds, a $53,000 bill her insurance wouldn't cover, 6 months of painful rehabilitation, and permanent mobility limitations that changed her life forever. If someone had just warned me, she said with tears in her eyes, I would have brought my walking stick and worn different shoes. Such a small decision would have changed everything. What makes this especially dangerous is that many seniors don't realize how different travel environments are from their controlled home settings. Unfamiliar bathroom layouts cause 23% of travel injuries. Poorly lit staircases in historic buildings are major hazard zones. Jet lag affects balance and coordination more severely after 70. And emergency response times in popular tourist destinations can be dangerously slow. Dr. Jonathan Harris, an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in senior care, told me, I see it all the time. Active, healthy seniors who have one bad fall on vacation and never fully recover their independence. It's heartbreaking because most of these falls are preventable. But here's what you need to understand. This doesn't mean seniors should never travel. It means they need to travel smarter. And I'll explain exactly how to do that after we cover the fifth and most shocking danger. If you're still watching and finding value, please type "staying balanced" in the comments. Your engagement helps this important information reach more people who need it. Danger number 5. The financial trap that bankrupts senior travelers. We had to sell our retirement home to pay the medical bills. 50 years of savings, gone in 2 weeks. That's what George and Martha, both in their mid-70s, told me after what was supposed to be their trip of a lifetime to Southeast Asia. What happened? Martha fell ill with a severe case of pneumonia that required hospitalization and emergency medical evacuation. Their Medicare didn't cover international treatment. Their travel insurance had a hidden age-related exclusion, and their comprehensive coverage had a $50,000 cap that was reached within days. The final bill? $178,000. This is the financial trap that bankrupts seniors every year, yet almost no one talks about it. Here's why it's so dangerous. Medicare myth. 72% of seniors don't realize Medicare rarely covers medical care abroad. Insurance gaps. Most travel insurance policies contain age-based exclusions in the fine print. Cost explosion. Medical treatment for seniors abroad can cost 3-5x more than for younger travelers. Evacuation expense. Medical evacuations start at $25,000 and can exceed $250,000 depending on location. Scam targeting. Seniors are specifically targeted by sophisticated travel scams that drain retirement accounts. Financial advisor Sarah Johnson explains, I've seen clients lose more money in a 2-week travel emergency than they lost in the 2008 financial crash. Medical emergencies abroad can wipe out decades of careful saving. Even more troubling, many seniors facing these massive bills are too embarrassed to tell their families until the financial damage is irreversible. Take Frank, an 82-year-old widower who booked what seemed like an incredible cruise deal online. The website looked legitimate. The reviews were glowing. He paid $4,800 for a luxury Mediterranean cruise package. But when he arrived at the port, the cruise didn't exist. The company was untraceable, and his credit card company couldn't help because he'd waited too long to report the fraud. I felt so stupid, Frank admitted. I was too embarrassed to tell my children until collection agencies started calling them after I couldn't pay my mortgage. The sad reality is that financial recovery after 70 is nearly impossible. Fixed incomes and limited earning potential mean one travel disaster can affect your financial security for the rest of your life. But now, as promised, let me share the critical question you must ask before booking any trip after 70, the one that could save your life and financial future. Before I reveal it, if you've stayed with me this far, type "financially wise" in the comments. Your engagement helps this critical information reach others who need it. The life-saving question every senior must ask. After interviewing dozens of travel medicine specialists, geriatric experts, and seniors who've experienced travel disasters, I've identified the single most important question every traveler over 70 must ask. If the worst happened to me in destination, what exactly would happen next, step by step? And who would pay for it? This simple question forces you to research the true medical capabilities at your destination, understand your insurance coverage in concrete scenarios, create an emergency plan before you need one, and make an informed decision about whether the trip is worth the risk. Dr. Elizabeth Sawyer, who specializes in senior travel medicine, told me, "This question alone would prevent most of the travel disasters I see in my practice." It forces seniors to confront the realities of travel risk rather than just hoping for the best. But don't worry, I'm not suggesting seniors should never travel. In fact, travel can be wonderful for mental and emotional health. The key is traveling smarter. How to travel safely after 70, the essential guide. Medical preparation. Get a pre-trip physical specifically focused on travel readiness. Obtain written clearance from all specialists, heart, lung, etc. Pack medications in original containers plus written prescriptions. Wear a medical alert bracelet with critical health information. Research the exact location of suitable hospitals at your destination. Infection protection. Get all recommended vaccines plus a pre-trip immune-boosting regimen. Pack high-quality masks, hand sanitizer, and disinfecting wipes. Consider booking accommodations with kitchenettes to control food safety. Invest in a water purification system even in developed countries. Schedule your trip during non-peak tourist seasons when crowds are smaller. Energy management. Build in one rest day for every 2 travel days. Schedule activities during your natural energy peaks. Book accommodations within 15 minutes of major attractions. Consider cruises or guided tours designed specifically for seniors. Plan for a 3-day recovery period after returning home. Injury prevention. Pack proper footwear even if it means sacrificing fashion. Consider destinations with excellent accessibility ratings. Rent mobility aids at your destination rather than struggling without. Choose accommodations with elevator access and grab bars. Use walking poles on uneven terrain regardless of whether you need them at home. Financial protection. Purchase age-specific travel insurance that explicitly covers evacuation. Get all policy exclusions in writing before purchasing. Establish a dedicated emergency fund separate from retirement savings. Book through reputable agencies specializing in senior travel. Set up international banking access before departure. And perhaps most importantly, consider starting with shorter, closer trips to build your travel stamina before attempting ambitious international journeys. The bottom line, is it worth it? After everything I've shared, you might be wondering if senior travel is worth the risks at all. The answer isn't simple. For many seniors, travel brings joy, learning, and valuable connections that enhance their quality of life. The key is making informed decisions rather than impulsive ones. As 81-year-old world traveler Helen told me, "I still travel, but I travel differently now. I'm not climbing Machu Picchu anymore, but I'm enjoying river cruises through Europe with proper medical insurance." It's about adapting, not stopping. The saddest cases I encounter aren't seniors who choose not to travel. They're seniors who travel without understanding the risks until it's too late. So whether you're over 70 yourself or have parents who are still exploring the world, remember this. Proper preparation isn't about fear, it's about freedom. The freedom to enjoy new experiences with confidence, knowing you've minimized the risks that matter most. Your next steps. If you found this information valuable, please do 3 things. Share this video with someone over 70 who loves to travel. It could literally save their life. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming video on the 7 safest destinations for seniors. Leave a comment below sharing your own senior travel experiences, good or bad. Remember, aging doesn't mean stopping. It means traveling smarter. And with the right knowledge, you can continue exploring this beautiful world safely for years to come. Thank you for staying with me through this important information. Until next time, safe travels.